we doing? So this will be the first video that will be first vlog that will be uploaded same day, with any luck. So if I were to give a little update, car first. I've had a leak out of a lower head stud on the number 3 cylinder since I got this motor. Never had it, or never been able to get it to stop. I tried cleaning the area up and then using what's called RTV Ultra Black. Basically silicone sealant that is room temperature vulcanization. RTV stands for. Basically, it'll make a rubberized silicone seal at room temperature. And tried that. Didn't seem to work, but it also could have been that I did it later at night, so it wasn't warm. And then it had all night, but that's not warm, so it didn't have enough time to vulcanize. So I'll try her again, see if I can't either scrape that stuff off or goop over it. One of the two. If that doesn't work, then I have to pull the head stud out a little bit, silicone on the threads, and then run it back in so it seals on the threads. And that should do it. Any luck at least. Next, I'm starting to really get serious about shooting again. Our shooting team has just had a bunch of members start joining in, so I'll have to be there more often to coach, which means I'll get some practice time in. Be good, because I'm going to be competing soon. And then since I have my buddy's 3D printer, got the CAD program, I was just thinking, what's something that we need that I can fully customize? And then some of the coaches were talking about a billet aluminum bullet block. You can put all your bullets in it in whatever orientation you want, so it helps you keep track of the bullets or what you've shot in which bull, and holds the bullets for you. It makes it easier for you to get them out. And it was like, you know, making it out of aluminum or ordering these plastic ones or these wood ones, it's hard. It costs money. Currently, the material I'm using costs me nothing. So I thought, maybe I'll design my own. And I got the actual block itself done real quick. But then I started thinking, you know, what's the biggest problem I have with, what's the biggest problem that I have with bullet blocks? And it was getting them at the correct angle so it's easier for me to grab. It takes me less time to grab it. I don't have to do as much guesswork or adjusting with my wrist. I just reach over and grab. And I was like, you know, I'm just trying to figure out a way to have this thing tilt up at different levels because every person's different. And what I've come up with so far, I was going to try to do like a ladder system, like you might see on some chairs or toys or something, where you've got an arm that comes down with a rod across the bottom, and then notches that it would notch into, and that would adjust elevation. But that would be really, really hard, and I'm not terribly good with CAD drawing yet. Need more practice again. So then I came up with a ramp, a stepped ramp. So so that they can set it, and the increments on it are very fine. Literally 6 inches long, and I think it was like 3 inches high, so you can get a decent amount of tilt on it if you need. And then I was thinking, well, this could easily slide. I need something to either lock it in place or to have it at least rest against. And I thought, I came up with a hook that runs underneath it, so this thing is basically a platform for the block to sit on, and the hook runs underneath it, and then it's just a little step. What the hell? For the block to rest against. I don't understand why we're not going, but okay. Maybe they have someone directing traffic or something? Whatever. This is why I leave early for work. But then I was like, you know, I don't want to have this big long thing, because the ramp is 6 inches long, and then the hook would be another 3.5 inches long. We're talking 10 inches here. That's a lot of room to take up in a case. So I wanted the hook and the ramp to be 2 separate pieces. Well, then you have the problem of how do you hook them together. And what I came up with, not done yet, but the hook, I have 2 notches sticking out on either side that will these 2 notches will hook into the ramp, and that'll hopefully keep it from moving. And then when you're done using it, you just undo the notches, and you can put the hook underneath the ramp, and then it goes in your box and takes up much less space. That's where I am currently, so we got much more work to do with it, and I'm going to continually refine it, just like everything. The version 1.0, if you will. But anyway, that'll do it for now. Talk to you guys after work. Alright, we're going to play some games with Alyssa, since she came to visit me at work. Where am I? I'll let him know. full speed make sandwiches for half an hour and then catch up with everything after you just got done catching up before. It's kind of a pain in the dick. Tomorrow I'll be driving out to my buddy's. I built a computer for him. The sole purpose was to stream and play movies either off of the hard drive or disk drive. And we had some issues the way that we were building it. Couldn't get any video out. And so we were trying a bunch of things, and when I left to go back to my car to grab a multimeter to check the CMOS battery, I came back and he had the heatsink off the CPU after we'd already put it on. He didn't know that you can't do that because now that's introduced air into the thermal paste system, so it's contaminated and not making proper contact. Because the problem we're having now is the CPU is running at 90 degrees Celsius, which is maxing it out. It should never get that hot. And I bet it's throttling as far as it can go, but it just can't throttle far enough since it's not getting any sort of cooling. So I gotta go over there, make sure that that actually is the case, that there's no, that the disk drive just isn't putting out that much heat because it's so horribly inefficient that it isn't allowing the system to get air, or cold air, it's just recirculating hot air, and that it's actually getting good enough airflow to where it will transfer the heat. So let me just check the pad and then we'll say goodbye. That'll be it for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow when I'm heading over there to do that. But until then, I'll be seeing you.